though. All right, calm down. Calm down. Move. Go away. All right. All right. No one here. Cool. Why do I have a leaf right here? Stay out of my way, leaf. It's going to be an entire day of this. Trying to do a marathon stream here. Get to 4,400 subs. No. 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 You got one person in here. No. No. No, 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 no. No. Go away, Beaks. Go away, Beaks. All right, I'm going to wait for some people to get in here today. Hopefully we have some people in here today. Because what we're doing here is we're trying to hit 4,400. I don't think we're going to do it today, but you never know. We might. I am 22 subs away from 4,400. So I really need your help today, guys. I really need your help. And I'm going to stay out here as long as it takes. Could be all day. Yes, it's a very high possibility that it's going to be all day. So hang out with me. You know, what are we going to do? Who knows? We never know what we're going to do on this channel. No hat, new look. Just, I don't know. I'll probably wind up with a hat before long. The wind's blowing out here. I just wanted my hair to be free today. Got all kinds of, it's all tangled up in the back. I'm telling you guys, my hair is, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But I do have this, and I'll put it on if the shit gets in my face. CK and CKN, where you at? I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. There have been some major things happening in my family that are really just interesting, very, very interesting. And we're going to share some of those dirty details here today. Yes, we are. We're going to share some of those dirty details because they deserve to be shared. And this person that I will talk about deserves to be shamed and ridiculed and mocked for the rest of his life. No gummy. No gummy, not yet. Gummy maybe later. I do have this. Well, that's my car keys. I do have this guy. This is the weirdest vape pen, guys. I got this vape pen. I swear, I can't even tell you how long ago I got it. It was a long time ago. It's a THC vape pen. It's called Strawberry Cough. It's from a company called the Hemp Doctor. And the strangest thing, man, I've had this thing for. Hey! What the fuck is going on? Stop that right now. We're not having that kind of shit out here today. You understand me? You'll go inside and you'll go inside. Both of y'all. Make up right now. Make up. with each other right now. Make up. No, what the hell are y'all doing? I think it's because there was a bag of dog food over here. I left a bag of dog food out here last night, and the damn dog's got to get into it when it comes to food. Come here, baby. It's okay. Come here. Come here. One of my girls easily gets her feelings hurt. She's the problem one. But she easily gets her feelings hurt. And when Daddy raises his voice like that, I've got to comfort her and let her know it's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Y'all can't be attacking each other like that, though. Go on. Y'all are a pack. Go on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, so what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by a pack fight, this THC right here is from the hemp doctor. I've had this thing for, I don't know, going on 6 months, I would say. And it's not like I use it a lot. I rarely use this. I'll use it if I'm like at nighttime, if I'm having problems getting to sleep or whatever, I'll take a few hits off of this. And I don't know why, because I think it's sativa. So that's probably not helping me sleep. But what I wanted to say is, if you look right there in that window, do you see the window right there? Can you see that? In that window right there, if you look really close, this damn thing's still nearly full. It's still nearly full. So, you know, if you look for something by the hemp doctor and it's a THC vape like this, I would suggest picking it up, because this thing's lasted me forever. I want to say it was about $40. All right. Let me read some of these comments. Hang in there. Good luck. Bye. Thank you. One dog a Republican, others a Democrat. Yeah, no shit, John Stevenson. I mean, no shoot. We're going to try to keep it clean today. I'm going to try to keep it on the clean side of liver cheese. I'm going to turn the liver down a little bit, and we're going to try to keep things. I can't guarantee it's going to be clean, because what I'm getting ready to speak on really burns my beans, really upsets me, and it involves my family. And I'm going to say it once, and then maybe I'll shoot a personal video on it, but it's going to be heard. All right. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, we're going to talk about a lot this morning and going into this afternoon. If you guys want to change the subject, let me know and we can change the subject. It's a good question, CK. I don't know, man. I don't. This little guy right here. I don't know. I have a hard time understanding if I've got a buzz from it. It's a little bit different with this than it is a gummy, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. I need to talk about this serious subject. So we'll do a little bit of serious if y'all want to do that. Well, we're going to do that, okay? Because we're gonna speak on this today. Now, on my channel, I talk about love and the love train, and how we all need to be on the love train. We need to get out of these hate chambers that we're in. Fox News, OAN, even CNN to some extent, MS Now. They're all. It's all propaganda. It's all propaganda on all sides. More so on one side, but we're not going to get into that. We're just going to call out the bullshit propaganda. Okay. And we've been doing well. We've been doing well with my message of love. You know, people are tired of the hate. People want to start talking to each other like human beings again. So the channel growth has been great. So I appreciate you guys for that. Now, whenever I start talking about race, whenever I bring up race, it's a lot harder for me to pick up subs. It's a lot harder because it's a difficult topic, but not a lot of people want to talk about. but we damn well better start talking about it. If you don't start talking about it, then buildings are probably going to burn. If you look over there in South Carolina, what happened over there with that kid that got shot in the back? I'm sure you've seen the story by the Chinese store owner. That one right there is probably going to be another George Floyd coming up. And to be honest with you, this country kind of deserves it because we never address the problem. We never address the problem in this country. We want to put a Band-Aid on the problem. We always just want to cover it with a Band-Aid. And guess what? That doesn't work. That does not work. The entire system needs to be questioned. And that's what we're here to do. All right. We're going to question a lot of things. And it's going to hurt you to admit that racism still exists in this country. Not only does it still exist, it's running rampant in this country right now. It's running completely rampant. And I'm going to give you many examples of it. Many examples. I come in here every day and share examples with you. It makes a lot of people angry. When you speak the truth, and at times like we have today where bullshit's everywhere, you become an enemy. So, and I've told you many times before, I will take that mantle. I will take that. You can call me your enemy. You can call me that. But I'm never going to stop pointing out racism. It's never going to happen. I'm never going to stop pointing out racism. I'm never going to stop pointing out being a homophobe. And I'm never going to stop pointing out just hatred in general of other religions, other colors. Yeah. If you expect me to be quiet about that kind of stuff, you're come to the wrong person. All right. Because these are things that we're going to talk about. Now, let's drop another bombshell on you guys. I dropped a bombshell earlier where I told you some background information on my life and how DEI and affirmative action have affected my life in a very profound way. Yet, I continue to fight for minorities. I continue because I understand that the world doesn't revolve around me. You know what I mean? The world doesn't revolve around me. And I'm not the type of person, I'm not a fear-based person. We got to talk about people who are fear-based and people who are fact-based. Two different people. Fear-based people, they hear things they want to hear on the news all day, and then they go out and they say, oh, that black person over there or that brown person over there are the reason why I'm not able to survive in this country today. Okay? You got it backwards. You got to open up your eyes. It ain't about a culture war here. It's about the 1% versus you, the 1% versus us. That's what it has to do with. So if you're ready to flip that script and make these billionaire pedophiles up top pay their fair share and hold them accountable, then you're in the right place. You're in the right place. Hit that sub button because we're going to do that every single day. Milkman, who cares? Who cares, Milkman? I'm going to highlight you there, Milkman, since you want to come in and ask who cares. A lot of people care. A lot of people care. Just because you don't have empathy, don't mean other people don't still have empathy. So, Milkman, I think you're in the wrong place today, brother. You need to go find a hate-filled stream. How about that? How about you do that right now before I kick you out of here? Hello, it's me, Tyson Party. It's a big club and you ain't in it. Oh, Lord, another brainwashed liberal. Brainwashed? How am I brainwashed, Milkman? Tell me how I'm brainwashed. Let's go. You got the floor, buddy. Let's do some shredding today. You're a fear-based person. I want to know why you think that I'm a brainwashed liberal. What have I said here today that has pissed you off so much? Defending minorities? Wow, what a controversial thing to say. What else have I said that has pissed you off, Mr. Milkman? Everyone's racist. Everyone's a homophobe. Everyone's wants a massage in it. Everyone's a misogynist. I have all the buzzwords that describe you to a T, right, Milkman? That's what it's really about, brother. You coming in here and I'm talking to you, and I'm your conscience talking to you. Maybe you still got a little bit of good left in you there, Milkman, just maybe. And you hear me saying the things you really don't want to hear about yourself. Yeah, time to look in that mirror, brother. Time to make the change within your own household. All right, here we go. I'll read some of your comments, but we're going to get personal here real quick. And I want you guys to look all these things up, all right? All right, first thing I want to talk about. First person I want to talk about. If you guys have access, I need you to write these names down or look it up on your computer or whatever you need to do, because we're going to be spitting facts in here today. We're going to be spitting the real facts that you don't need to be going around being scared of black people or brown people or anything like that. These people are not your enemies. You only have one enemy, and that's the 1% at the top that take all our fucking money and refuse to pay our tax or their taxes. That's the enemy. Other than that, no enemies. No enemies. I don't believe in having enemies. The only enemies that I think that we should ever have are racist, bigots, homophobes, and just general disgusting people that want to hurt other people. Yeah, that's who I'm coming after. So, with that being said, first off, let's prove that racism is still very rampant in this country. We'll do that right now. We'll do that right now. Okay, there's a guy out there. He's in Arizona. He's in Arizona, and he's running for Congress. And he's a red hat. And it has been exposed that he's got all these texts, these racist texts that he's put out in the past. He's called black people lazy N-word. That's his words quoted to exactly. His name's Mark Lamb. Look this clown up, okay? Mark Lamb sending out texts out there calling black people lazy N-words. And he's running for Congress in Arizona. He's a candidate, a Trump-backed candidate. Now, have we heard Trump come out and expose this guy or say anything negative about this guy in his past? Of course we haven't. Of course we haven't. He's a white man. He can say what the fuck he wants to say in this country. Trump loves that part of him. He loves that racist part of this guy. So look for that, Mark Lamb, and look up his text and see what he's about. Now, the next part we're going to go to, I've been waiting for this one. I've been waiting for this one. Look up the words Austin Kennedy. Austin Kennedy. Let me tell you about Austin Kennedy. Austin Kennedy is, or was, a member of my family by marriage. Yes, I knew this kid. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He just got fired from Benton, Arkansas for all his racist text and posts that he, like a dumbass, posted all over the internet talking about Mexicans being trophies when he catches them. He talked about black people being less than the pieces of shit that his son shits into the toilet. Sorry, we're going to have to clean it up a little bit, but it's hard to when I'm talking on something like this. All right. Yeah. So he was fired. He was fired. That racist son of a bitch fired from, and also his little daddy is a high-ranking police official in Arizona. Now, what's going to happen to Mr. Austin Kennedy? Here's what's probably going to happen to him. He resigned. He was forced to resign, but he had the wording changed in his resignation. And the reason he did that is because he wants to go to another little podunk fucking police force and apply for them and them not do a background check on him, and they're going to hire him right up. That's what a lot of these cops do, guys. A lot of these cops that get in trouble in one area of the country for doing racist shit or violating rights, they get reprimanded and they are forced to resign, but they word it in their records in a way that no, he didn't do anything bad. He didn't really do anything racist. Now, Austin wanted to get in there and say that, oh, well, everything's changed since I put those texts out. Now, I think this is a cop. This is a cop who's out there daily patrolling, talking about black people using the N-word, talking about brown people being trophies that he catched, and he would take pictures of them. Now, when he came in to sign that resignation letter, he wanted the wording changed because he said, well, that's different now because I've gone to church and I've had church counseling. Bullshit. Bullshit. Because when he says he's gone to church and been rehabilitated, I can almost 100% guarantee you the type of church that he's talking about is a TPUSA church, an evangelical church. They will protect him. They will protect him. They love his kind. They love his kind. So do you think that he went into that Trump church and they corrected him and told him, the way you're living's wrong, brother. The way you're living's wrong. No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Absolutely didn't happen. So now let's do a little background on this little punk. Austin Kennedy. How is he in my family? It's a good question. It's a good question. He married my niece. He married my niece and he stole her away and took her over there to Bumfucksville, Arkansas. Now, I'm not going to speak on my own family members too much, except to tell you that my sister raised some girls who were very moral for a while. They were moral people until they ran across a tyrant KKK member who stole them away from their family. He took her away from his family because he knew in this family over here that he had some progressives. From the minute I met this kid, from the minute I met Austin, I didn't like the little punk. Didn't like him. Told all my family members, I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like his aura. I don't like anything about him. Now, and so it doesn't matter. If she wants to marry the guy, she wants to marry the guy. But the bottom line is, I was right once again. I'll tell you guys, living here in Tennessee and being surrounded by people that are not only racist, many of them are actively KKK members and actively want to hunt down people and hurt them. We have to weed those people out. So she's filed for divorce. She's filed for divorce. It's a big case. You can look it up. Now, I'm not going to get into any of the reasons she filed for divorce or anything like that. I can't speak on it. I don't know it. All I can speak on is what I know of this kid. All right. And there was something about this kid that I didn't like right from the beginning. I'm an empath and I can sense an aura, and I can sense within 5 minutes if somebody's a piece of shit or if they're a real person. And this kid right here, I didn't like him because of the way he treated my niece. I could tell he was one of these people. Oh, she's going to wind up in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant with a bunch of kids. She's going to live her life according to evangelical principle, where they can't be smart, they can't be educated, they can't have their own careers. No, I'm going to go out and earn the money, and you're going to sit home and you're going to clean and you're going to cook and you're going to have babies. But the way he talked about her to her in front of Liver Cheese, he's lucky he got out of the house that day, because I wasn't a fan of him. All right, now he's been divorced, but he's still going to wind up in law enforcement somewhere. That's what these guys have. They have protection from all their brothers. All their brothers, when they do something, they cover it up and let this kid go somewhere else to bully and harass other people. That's the system we're under right now. The good old boy system that protects the racist. All right. So, I'll say this one time, Mr. Austin Kennedy. I'm ashamed that you somehow bullied your way into our family name, yet I'm very excited now that you're no longer in our family. And hopefully, you can go out and find a hate-filled woman, which was not my niece, and maybe you guys can have little KKK members and have little cross burnings in your front yard or your backyard. I wish you luck on your search for hate, Mr. Austin Kennedy. And if you wind up in the police again, I'll find out about it. Not only that, I will expose you for being who you really are. All right? Now, what do I think is going to happen to him? I think he's going to wind up with ICE, because Trump loves guys in ICE who don't like black people. Oh, he's going to love Mr. Austin Kennedy coming over and being an ICE agent. Okay, enough about that slime. Now, let's flip it over. Let's flip it around. I want to talk about a woman in Memphis, Tennessee, who's not getting enough press and media out there right now. Guys, if you want to look this up for yourselves, then you can do that, okay? I've got her name here. I wish I could pull it up and just show you the scene, but my laptop's not able to do that, so I have to do it this way. So bear with me. Okay, this young woman's name is Jabril Walls. It's Jabril, last name Walls, Walls. Look her up. Now, I tried to look her up on YouTube. I looked up Black Lady Saves White Kid, and that popped up. There she was. It showed the news version of her video, okay? So here's what happened. Just down the street here, Fraser. I'm in Bartlett, just down the street here in Fraser. Fraser has a lot of, how should I put this? It has a lot of lower income people, a lot of lower income, bottom poor, lower income type people. They have a lot of blacks. They have a few whites. Memphis is 70% black, so figure it out yourself. But what happened was, on a major road out here in Fraser the other day, there was a kid, a toddler, probably 3 years old, maybe 4. I couldn't tell really from the video, but it was a toddler who had gotten loose out of somebody's house. It was a white kid, and was walking around down in Fraser. Probably could have got hit by a car, could have got attacked by a dog, could have been abducted. Anything could have happened to this kid. This black lady, younger black lady, saw the kid, took her in, called the police, and there's a video circulating out there where she's sitting in the back of the police car with this white child, waiting at the parents' house as the cops go up to the parents and try to figure out how the kid got out and if they're going to release this kid back to the negligent parents. Okay, so if you can find that video of her in the back of the cop car where she's dealing with the child, then you're going to discover everything you need to see. This lady was treating this white toddler like it was her own. Loving this kid stroking this kid's hair as this kid was in the back of the cop car wondering what was going on. I mean, it was just 100% love from the heart. And if you look at the picture of this girl, you know, she might be somebody that you would see in one of these teen takeovers, you know, that everybody likes to so proudly put up as news. A teen takeover is simply too many black people in one spot. That's all a teen takeover is. The cops don't like it. There's too many black people in one spot. So I want you to go watch this beautiful young lady, Jabril, as she holds this white kid, this white stranger that she met in the streets in the back of the cop car, strokes her hair, comforts the kid. And it actually, at one point, the kid says, "I want to go home with you." Yes, that happened. So if you can find that video, I would really appreciate it if you look that video up, because we're going to cut through all the bullshit stories about black people out there robbing, murdering, raping, looting, rioting. We're going to cut all the way past that. And we're going to show you what most of the black people here in Memphis, the way their hearts really are. Memphis got around this woman after they saw she rescued this white kid. And I would love to meet this woman. If she's out there in any way, shape, or form watching this stream or sees it, please reach out to Libercheese. I want to do a cover story on you and your humanity, you beautiful, wonderful person that you are. Thank you so much for rescuing that kid. And thank you so much for treating that kid, not as it was a white kid, a white stranger, but treating that child like it was your own. Now, I know many, many white people who would probably help that kid out. But are they going to take those extra steps to comfort this child as this child is crying and scared in the back of a cop car? No, most of them aren't. You know why? Because they're pieces of crap. That's why. They don't look at that. They don't look at other races as being equal to them. That's what we have in this country right now. We have a lot of people who think other races are below them. And we're going to talk about that, and we're going to address it, because it's happening all over the country. All these people out there who are gutting black voting rights and doing things against the Southern Poverty Law Center, going after any black people that they think are gaming the system on the SNAP side, yet not questioning a billionaire up top. We see you. Our eyes are wide open. We see you, and it ain't right. And your day of accountability will come. It will come. Continue to put Band-Aids on a problem, and the problem will come to your neighborhood. Understand that. All right. We got any questions or anything like that? We got all that serious stuff out of the way. Let's see what we got here. Is it going to be all trolls, or are we going to have some decent people in here today? Well, let's see. Some of the best weeds come from Memphis. Memphis is total trash. Why do you say that, Bob? Bob, give me one reason why Memphis is trash. You got the floor, buddy. Tell us why Memphis is trash. You got 5 seconds before I boot your ass out of here, and you can go back to your bumfuck town and enjoy your Chili's and Applebee's, while I enjoy my wonderful city full of wonderful people. Come on, Bob. Tell us why Memphis is trash. Everybody, give it up for Bob. How's the government not allowing people to vote? Bob, you're a little brain. You're a little brain, and I need more than that. I'm not even responding to that ridiculous fucking comment. So come with something better, Bob. You got one more chance. Gangs and crime ain't happening here in my city. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, brother. What are you talking about, Bob? Did you know that 90% of the crime here in the city of Memphis is black on black? Did you know that, Bob? So you could come into the city as a white man, Bob, and you could be safe as all get out. They're not interested in you. They don't give a shit about you. Okay, so again, tell me how my city is trash. Gangs and crime ain't going to cut it. I've lived here many decades of my life, and I love everything about my city. I am not afraid of anybody in my city. I will walk these streets day or night because I'm not a fear-based person like you are, Bob. Bob's afraid of everything, guys. Bob thinks that the world is just it's just crime-filled garbage. Bob's afraid of everything. Bob's afraid of his own shadow. Bob's afraid of rainbows. Bob's afraid of black people. Bob's afraid of brown people. Bob's afraid of Muslims. Bob's afraid of all that stuff. You know why? Because Bob's not a serious person. Bob is a fear-based person. He's not a facts-based person. All right, Bob, what else you got? You want some more? You want some more, Bob? Or have you had enough? You had enough, Bob? Yeah. Take it on down the street somewhere else. Buy a ticket to the space shuttle and take off. There's a throwback from a couple of nights ago. All right. No one wants to talk about the poverty in the city that leads to crime. That leads to drugs being taken, leads to mental health issues and more. Thank you very much, Chico. See how easy that was, guys? Chico here is talking about real solutions here. I have these ass clowns come in here every day spouting numbers about how black people do this much of the crime, yet they're only this much % of the population. Oh, wow, what a gotcha. Well, let's ask why. Let's ask why that is. You don't just come in here and say that. You got to come in here and explain why that's a stat. Why is that a stat, do you think? If white people were in the same situation as black people and the roles were reversed, I lived in Millington East as a kid, caught the biggest bullfrog, LOL. What's up, Millington? Black people destroyed Memphis. Go fuck yourself, Mike. Go fuck yourself. I love the black people in this city. Love them. Love them. I love the black people in this city. I love the gay people in this city. I love everybody in this city because I judge people individually. Who said that? Let's see. Mike O. Examine your priorities, brother. Examine yourself. You ain't better than no black person. I'm telling you that right now, and I don't even know you. You are not better than a black person. You're not, Mike. Ever. You're not. So, Mike, let's see some genius stuff, man, or else you're out of here. What do you want? What do you want to tell us? What do you want to tell us? In a way that's not racist. You live in Memphis. Okay, that's good. That's good. Why do you live in Memphis? Why do you live in Memphis, Mike, if you're so afraid of the city? You need to be moving, man. Why are you going to live in a place where you're terrified? Get the hell out of here. We don't want you. We don't want you, brother. If you're a hate-filled person, a fear-based person, then just move. Move out to a white area. Enjoy the rest of your life in that little white town. Why don't you go do that, okay? Because we don't want you here. Just like people of color are sentenced 10% longer. No, I ain't pushing no hate. No, I ain't pushing no hate, brother. I'm pointing out racist. That ain't pushing hate. That ain't pushing hate. If you're a racist, you're a racist. That's all it is to it, brother. That's not pushing hate. Pushing hate towards racist people, I'll do that all day. Because you're slime. You're slime. Too early. Too early for this nonsense. Spit this fucking dip out of my mouth. All right, guys, check it out. All right, we're done with that goodness. We're done with that goodness. That truth bomb. We're done with that. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. I need real people. I need real mothers. I need real kind individuals who understand that all men are created equal. Equal. All of us created equal. That's what I need here. If you're not one of those, then we don't want you or need you. All right, what else are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about a lot. A lot. Also, if there's any of my mods out there and you want to come on and talk, just let me know. I'll put you up today. I feel like putting some people up to have a real conversation, but I'm not going to put you up there unless I know you. But we're going to do that. If anybody wants to call Liver Cheese up and talk to me, and I know you, then I will absolutely give you the floor. John, that would be true, but Memphis is majority black. So yeah, in this case, poverty is the leading factor to the crimes that happens in the city. Thank you very much. I like you, Chico Corrupt Chronicles. I like you a lot, brother. Good afternoon from the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, USA. I hope you're doing well. What's up, Joe Mack from Puerto Rico? I hope you're doing well over there in Puerto Rico. We're doing okay. I know it doesn't seem like it. I know you see the news and it seems like we're not doing okay here in Memphis, Tennessee. But our country, well, you know the state of our country, but we're surviving, guys. While they're out there all hating each other, we're getting together in these little streams and we're talking real. We're talking like real humans. We're opening our eyes to the fact that it's not culture wars. White and black, they want that. They want that fighting. They want that war. Red versus blue, they want that war. You know what war they don't want? The 1% versus the billionaires. That's what war they don't want. And that's the only war I'm interested in. I'll be on the front lines of that war all day. All day I'll be on the front lines of that war. What's up, Leslie? How are you doing? And where there's poverty, everything else follows. Exactly. All right. Let's talk about the game last night, guys. How'd y'all like that? Who watched the basketball game last night? I watched it. It was amazing. I'm conflicted. I like both of those teams. I like the Spurs and I like the Knicks. The Knicks, though, I'm not going to lie, last night, that surprised me. It looked like they were dead in the water up until about midway through the third quarter. And then the Knicks said, Brunson came out and said, no, we ain't done yet. So I'm enjoying that series. Whoever wins it, I'm going to be happy for whatever team wins it. I've lived in San Antonio. I love New York. So, again, I'm not going to take sides. I'm just going to sit back and watch the pageantry that is the NBA Finals. And if you can do that, it makes the game that much more enjoyable, too. They absolutely want that civil war, but you're absolutely right. They want us to regular folks to tear each other apart while billionaires get away with the most heinous shit. Chico, I pray and hope, and I'm agnostic, and I'm praying and hoping that you have subbed this channel because I like the cut of your jib, as they would say. I like what you're saying in here. When it all comes down to it, let's think about this, guys. When it all comes down to it, and all these people who envelop politics and make it their personality and say, oh, anybody that's a Democrat is an enemy. To those people, I'm going to tell you this. When it comes down to the day that you have to pick up a gun and aim it at a fellow American and pull that trigger, I want you to understand that you would be doing so for the billionaires up top. You could go wipe out every Democrat in the South with your AR-15s and all that. And then guess what's going to happen? The billionaires up top, they're still not going to give a shit about you. They're going to let you go out there and fight so that they can continue to take all of our money. And you're going to sit there with a straight face and tell me that you will fire a bullet for the top 1% in the world and kill poor people. Yes, that's what you're saying. So I want to see you do it. I think you're all full of shit. I don't think any of you are going to raise a gun towards other Americans. Oh, I'm subbed. I've been subbed for a while. I used to watch when you audited our crappy police here in Memphis and Shelby County. My first time catching you live, though. Thank you, Chico. I'm glad you've been here, brother. If you're in Memphis, Chico, and you ever want to go out on an audit, come on in and talk to Liver Cheese. I'll go out with you. It's the only reason I'm not doing it right now is I don't have backup here in Memphis. All right. How in the heck did you get your hands on sunglasses that Elvis wore? He was a personal friend of mine, brother. No, that's a long story, man. I've shot a lot of audit videos, and I've kind of I have this personality and image, and these quickly became part of it. And once I realized people like the Elvis glasses, I've always loved them. I'll wear them out in public. I don't care. They're costume glasses, but I don't even care. I don't even care. Why would I care what I wear out in public? I'm way past that. Way past all that. Let me see if I can get this right without looking ridiculous. Hang on, give me a sec. All right, is that okay? Is that a little better? Keeping my hair back a little bit. Sorry you have to see my old eyes there. Hello to Australia. Oh, Australia's in the house. Did I miss that, North Star? Hello from Queensland, Australia. 3 a.m. here. I have liked and sub. Glenn Whitney in Australia at 3 a.m. I was born in 1973, and I cannot handle this Gen Z. Well, hopefully everything's okay over there in Australia. Hopefully, keep them funnel web spiders and all. In the States, what we really know about Australia from the States is, well, we know a few things, but we know y'all got a lot of deadly creatures and animals over there. They always spread fear about going to Australia. You don't want to come across this funnel web spider. Yeah, y'all got a bunch of bad animals over there, but my wife's been to Australia. She loved it. I'd love to go to Australia. All right, let me read some more of these. Nice to meet you as well. There needs to be an IQ test to be able to vote. Fuck yeah, man. That's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Oh, I'm game. The whole damn Appling precinct knows me. They wanted to lock my ass up so bad, but legally they couldn't because it was self-defense. What happened, Chico? They messing with you over on Appling? Wow. Small world, Chico. Some of my I've shot videos over that way. Off of Witten. You talking about the Appling precinct over there by the dog shelter? Is that the one you're talking about? So they don't like you over there, huh? Yes, correct. I'm on a call. I'm a on call snake catcher. If you do come to Australia, I do have a. You catching snakes, brother? You have a spare room? Oh man, that's awesome, Glenn. That's awesome. The kindness of strangers, guys. Glenn don't know me from a hole in the wall, but he's saying, you know what, Liver Cheese? If you're ever down under, you got a place to stay. That hits my heart, man. That hits my heart. Now, if it's next week and you're getting a call, don't be surprised. Because I might take you up on that. I want to get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to lie. There's so much hate over here sometimes. Sometimes in the US, I'm just like, man, what in the world is happening over here? I just want to go someplace where people love one another. Let's start a giant commune up in Oregon. Commune. Commune. I made up a word. Let's start a giant commune up in Alaska or Oregon or Washington or Wisconsin. Let's get it going, guys. Let's get it going. You just let me know what I need to do. Oh, that would be so nice. So you're over there catching snakes in Australia, man, brother. You got some gonads on you, man. Many props to you. Many props. And I mean many, not many, not small. You deserve many props. Messing with snakes. What's the matter with you? If you were to start taking midstream calls from your subs, how would you do it? Well, I'm not taking the call. I'm not. It's not going to be calls per se, but what it is I set up a link. I set up a link which I'll share right up there, and you'll see it. And there's a couple of steps. You got to click on the link, and then it tells you to do a couple of things. Now, you don't have to show your face when you come in. You can have camera off, audio on, if you want to do things like that. I got to be real careful though. I have to know you guys. I have to know your name, and I have to understand you've been in here before. Because a few weeks ago we tried it, and some nutsack came in here and did some really nasty stuff on the camera, and yeah, trying to get liver cheese and my channel in trouble. So I got to be real careful about that. But that's how we would do it. If you want to do it, let me know. Uh, Yep. Long story short, I wouldn't let some kids bully my brother. Oh, is that what happened? Well, maybe we can talk one day, man. You can tell me a little more. I prefer the cat snakes than the Sydney funnel web, than the Sydney funnel web spider. That's fine, brother. Spare room has not been used since I've had the place. Nice. I'm in the country part, so that's good. The last 15 years I've been doing, but I hate crocodiles. Yeah, I don't think I'd be a fan of crocodiles either. Every time I think of Australia, I think of oh well, the river flows. I don't know the lyrics exactly. The time has come. The facts of facts. Play our share. Let's give it back. Boom, boom, boom. How can you dance when our earth is burning? I got to tell you something. Australia. That Beds Are Burning song by Midnight Oil, I think that's one of the greatest songs ever written. However you feel about it. If you're just the opposite, and I don't know how they feel about that song in Australia, but I just think it's a beautiful song. I think it's a beautiful song. Whether or not you implement it or not, I just think it's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful thought. Vegemite. I was born in Lafayette, Tennessee, Flat Bottom Hollow, 1957. I don't fear the snake at all. What's up? Definitely David. How you doing, man? You're in Lafayette, Tennessee. A neighbor. I don't fear the snake at all. We've done it for the last 15 years. It's like cracking a beer. I can see that. I guess you just got to approach it from the tail, right? Vegemite. Yeah, they will troll, hence why I won't drop the link when I go live. They always troll me, say I'm Latino, and go back to my country. Newsflash, I'm not Latino, I'm mixed black and white. Chico Corrupt Chronicles. Man, Chico, there's got to be a way we can reach out and reach out to each other. I don't want to dox myself here online. I really don't care, to be honest, but I just don't want to do that right now. Do you have a channel? Do you have a channel that I can, Chico? I'm gonna screenshot it right here. But I'd like to know if you have a channel, Chico, because it sounds like you have a story to share. And if I can help you get that story out there, brother, I'll do it. If you've been mistreated by cops, that's what I want to hear. Well, I don't want to hear that, but I want to help you get some accountability and correct that if we can. Sometimes it seems impossible these days. You drop my email, cool. I had a good old midnight oils, Peter Gabriel. My favorite hobbies, bass fishing. Yeah. Yes, love midnight oil and AC/DC. Nice. Up well the river flows. The time has come. A fact's a fact. I know the word. Like when I'm singing it, when I'm actually singing it to the song, I know the lyrics, but I don't right now. You covered Tyree Nichols-Straw from start to finish. I've covered other cases here. I speak of the poverty here in Memphis. That's great stuff, man. Chico, I got really lucky. I went downtown for a march with Tyree's mom. Tyree's mom had a thing down at the Civil Rights Museum. You might have been at that. Hell, we might have run across each other's paths. But I got really lucky. I got an interview with her. Kind of an interview on the streets. I had a sign and she came up and started talking, and I told her that we loved her and we love her as Memphians and we have her back. Guys, if you don't know what he's talking about, Tyree Nichols, he's a black man who got murdered here in the city by cops. And it's looking more and more like the cops are going to weasel their way out of anything. I hope that's not the case. I hope the family gets taken care of. Because it was the video's out there if you ever want to look it up. Tyree Nichols, a young man who was just trying to get home and never made it home. Just be prepared. He got pummeled. It's not fun to watch, but it's necessary viewing. Guys, it's so easy to turn away from this stuff when you see it, but you can't keep turning away from it. It has to be addressed. If it's not addressed, we just keep banging our head against the wall and doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And that's the definition of insanity. If something's not working, you change it. How come you don't have a garden? Look at my backyard, bro. Garden. The only thing I'm growing is dirt. I got too many animals. I got 4 dogs that come back here and they make my backyard into a dirt pile. And it's okay. It's okay that they can do that. I love my dogs. I want them to, be outside as much as they can. I do too. I hope their fam gets some type of justice. Yeah, the mom's great. The mom's great. The young man, he loves skateboarding. He seemed like there's murals of him around town. There's one in particular that I stop at sometimes. Sad day that day was in Memphis. But I mean, guys, there's a new one every day. It seems like every other day there's some new bullshit happening out there from an untrained officer, or maybe not even an untrained officer, maybe just a racist officer. I'm not just going to call all of them racist because I don't do that. I know there's some good police officers out there, but the good ones aren't standing up to the bad ones. And I mean, at a minimum, what we can do is where we can start at a minimum is get all our police officers more training. Let's put them in there for 6 months. Let's do 6 months of training. If you can get 6 months of training, I think you'll be ready to hit the streets. They need to do something like that. Put an officer in the 6 months training, and then also have the officer go on ride-alongs as they get closer to the end of their 6 months. We need to add people, medical professionals. We need a whole new arm of the law that deals with mental problems. We need that when these cops arrive in a situation where there's clearly some mental problems going on. They don't need to handle it because they don't know how to handle it. A cop is going to be standoffish. And if a cop, and that's a natural thing because they're trying to protect themselves. They don't know that person from Adam. So let's give them the resources they need. If they arrive on the scene and there's somebody who clearly has something going on up here, let's have a number that they can call up and they can send those guys out there to try to de-escalate this situation and get that person the help they need so that that person doesn't wind up in a body bag. You know, did y'all see the video of the naked guy the other day? And where was it at? There was a naked guy. This wasn't a black guy. It was just a white guy walking down the street, and he was clearly on drugs. And there's a cop pointing a gun at him, saying, back up, back up. And the guy's completely naked, has nothing in his hands. And he starts walking towards the cop. And what does the cop do? He kills him. Unarmed, naked. Where did he have a gun? In his butt crack? This is what I'm talking about, guys. It's a twofold problem. It's a twofold problem. They don't have enough training, number one. And number two, we have a society that preaches fear. So when you have those two things together, that's not gonna make a good cop. It's not. Because the cops are going out there every day thinking everybody looks at me like I'm the enemy. So I'm going to load up and I'm going to gear up like I'm going to war in Iran. And they walk around looking like soldiers, you know, and soldiers, when a soldier shows up to a crime scene, that's not necessarily automatically de-escalating. To some people, they're like, why is this guy who just showed up here looking like he's going to a war? I mean, these are all things that need to be discussed. Now, I'm going to read some of your comments. Thank you for listening to me today, guys. I feel like I'm really preaching. I do too. I hope their family gets some type of justice. When they came back with that verdict, I was so mad, but it didn't shock me when they pulled the jury from Chattanooga. Yeah. Same here. I mean, I wish I could say I was shocked on any of these. I didn't know anything about the Chow case. You know, the little kid, the 14-year-old kid getting shot in the back. There's another example. The one that could be our next George Floyd. I mean, we'll have to see how they're going to react over there, but don't be surprised if they take things into their own hand. Agreed. You know, Memphis literally started the CIT program. It was picked up by other cities. PD. We're supposed to be the leader of the CIT program, and we see how that ended. Some of them know they will get away with it. That's why they do it. Yeah. Yep. No accountability. No, it's a one-fold problem. Government. If you're so scared and dependent, you need nannies. You will get nannies. Wait a minute. If you're so scared and dependent, you need nannies, you will get nannies. Let me explain something to you there, Psy operator. The people who have wanted all the troops in these cities, they're white people. They're white people. The black people in the cities, they don't want them here. They don't want them here. They don't need them here. They didn't ask for them to be here. So, yeah, it's white people. It's white people are the ones that are doing this. They're the ones, Brent Taylor and his little worm ass came down here in Memphis and tried to go pose for pictures. Whenever something happened and they arrested some people, you'd always see Brent Taylor come up right at the end, little white man, and try to take credit for all that's being done to make Memphis safe again. Nothing's being done to make Memphis safe again. The only thing that's being done to make Memphis safe again is bringing in soldiers from the outside. How long can you do that? How long till they have to go home? It's not a solution. It's a Band-Aid. Yeah, you saw that naked guy on the news. Yeah, they just shot the guy. They shot the guy. Clearly, the guy was on something really bad. Really, really bad. So immediately when you see that, first thing you do, you radio it in. Hey, guys, we're going to need 5 or 6 or 10 out here. Because you've seen it when some people are hopped up on a certain types of drugs. What kind of drugs are they that make them do that? Bath salts, maybe? Yeah, they'll have the strength of like 10 men or whatever. You've heard it. You've seen the videos. They got to have people out there to try to negotiate and calm that situation down. Now, when they do get to the place where they're going to have to take that guy in, if that happens, they're going to need a lot of people. A lot of people. I want everybody to be safe. I want our cops to come home. I don't want them to get shot at. I don't want them to get killed in the streets. I don't want anybody to get killed in the streets. But in a fear-based society, it makes all of that much more likely that innocent people get killed in the streets because people shoot first and ask questions later. Yeah, no, because all they're doing is violating people's rights now. Are some of those arrests legit? Yes, but how they're going about it is all wrong. Thank you there, Chico. Chico, you're right. Well, what you're talking about there, Chico, and I'll try to parse it out a little bit. You're talking about due process. Yeah, you're talking about due process, and that's what's not happening here in this country. Because we have not a large, about 34%, 33% of the population in this country, they don't give a shit about the person's background. They see brown skin and they don't care that brown skinned person might be currently applying for citizenship here in the US. A lot of those people who didn't come across the border illegally, who came over here and are going through paperwork, are in those detention centers. Yes, that's a real thing that's happening. The percentage of people in those detention centers, and that's the last time I'll call it a detention center. I'm going to call it a concentration camp because that's what it is. There are people in there who've been in there for months, up to a year, who've had no due process. There are people in there who have legitimate paperwork that are here on work visas, and they're trying to apply to become American citizens, but it don't matter. They're not given due process. A lot of Americans think, oh, well, they're from another country. They don't get rights. It's not true. It's not true. So let's set up this scenario, okay, guys, who think that you're in another country. Let's say you're in, I don't know, it could be any country in the world that's not the United States. And you're walking around and you do something illegal. You do something illegal that you didn't even know was illegal in their country. And they detain you. Now, do you still think that non-citizens shouldn't have due process? Now that you're sitting over in a jail in another country for a crime that you probably didn't even know was a crime, do you still think that foreigners don't have due process in this country? Do you still want to come in here and say, yes, they need to be deported no matter what? Now remember, they can hold you. They can hold you for as long as they want to hold you over in that other country where you've committed a crime that you knew nothing about. And you're preaching for no due process in the United States of America. Big part of the country, no empathy, don't think anything's a problem until it happens to them. Very large part of the population in the United States thinks no, it's not a problem because it has not happened to them. Got to stop that way of thinking. You got to stop it. Because if they can come after those people, the next thing they're going to come after Democrats. They're going to come after anybody, and they're already doing it, who says anything negative about the orange idiot up top. Yes, they're going to come after you. So, yeah, you should be chilled to the bone with what they've done to our Constitution. Thank you, Chico, for all your great points today. They want boots shined and polished, heads shaved, and a society of liquors. Oh, what a comment. North Star. Absolutely. That's what they want. They are I keep trying to pull my hair back and I forget that I have that thing in my hair. Yeah, that's what they want. You know, he wants his own private military. He wants his own private soldiers who will die for him and do whatever he says. It doesn't matter what he says. Kill those black people over there. Kill those brown people over there. Kill those red people over there. Kill those Muslims over there. Yep. All right, where are we at? I think it also an attitude problem. A lot of cops abuse their power. That's when people start to hate them. Absolutely. There you go. Talk on that one for a minute. I did it again. What the hell am I doing? What am I doing today with this barrette or this thing that I put in my hair? I don't even know what it is. What is this thing? I know a man shouldn't be wearing it, but I don't give a damn. My hair's too long and I need to wear it. Yeah, they do. They do. This is where I'm going to side. I'm going to come back and I'm going to side a little bit with the cops here. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. I've known it and I've seen it. People get jaded. Cops get jaded. If cops work in a certain neighborhood and they see the same thing being done by the same people every single day, they tend to get jaded. And you got to be real careful with that. Because when you do that, you're dehumanizing an entire race of people. And we can't get to that point. We can't do it. I don't care if it happens 1,000 times a day. There are good black people and good brown people out there. You just don't see them because you're always called to the areas with crime. So yes, they do get jaded and they do protect each other. And part of them protecting each other, hey, I get it. I understand it, man. It's a dangerous job. You guys got each other's back. I get that. That's a brotherhood. But it can't be a racist brotherhood. It can't. Can't be that. Can't be that. Correct. True that, North Star. Our cops are being taught that naked is crazy, crazy's dangerous, dangerous is criminal. Cops fight crime, crime doesn't pay, cops get paid. That's not due process, it's dough process. Yeah, yeah. Who's that? Hardly Young. That's not due process, that's dough process. I love it. I love it, brother. Yeah, they're road pirates. They're becoming road pirates. Also, on top of that, you know, they collect money for their state. They pull you over and fine you for all kinds of things so that they can get more money to the state. Road pirates. Ooh, that's kind of weak. Okay. I don't watch TV. I watch all the news on documentaries on YouTube. I watch a lot of American stuff. Cool. Thank you, Glenn. The news to me, man, oh God, it's terrible. My wife comes home and she'll be like, I'll be like, what do you want to watch? And She'll be like, sorry about that. Anything but the news. And I get it. And I respect that. Unfortunately, I have to watch the news because we talk about these things. I have to stay updated. I've had 3 friends personally who were here legally, went through the proper steps, got approved and everything. Well, I still deported them, said their papers were fake. If they want them out of the country so bad, then why keep them here? Great point. It's a very, I did it again. Okay, I'm going to have to get a hat or something. Hang on, guys. Actually, I'm just going to let it, I'm going to free ball it. Just going to let it free flow. How about that? Yeah, yeah, that's a good question. It's a good question. A lot of people seem to think that that Trump might just be putting these legal people who are legal here legal. They're somehow, oh, oops, they're in that detention center. Oops. Well, that's a voter. That's another voter that doesn't get to vote. Oops. Sorry. I mean, what you're saying does not apply at port of entries. Deporting Democrats is brilliant. Let's take this deeper. Particular farmers help push the deportation. They thought us black folks would work in their fields and pick their crops. Now they're crying they want them back. Chico, I love it, man. Chico, your eyes are wide open, man. Why have I never met you? We're in the same neck of the woods, man. Have you ever seen me on the streets, Chico? Well, to be fair, it's been a while since I've been on the streets, but Hamster time. What's up? Can you believe Pretty Woman was a true story, but Melania is a dirty hoe? Oh, y'all bringing the humor too early, man. I guess it's 12:46 now. We can be funny. We're allowed to be funny after 12:40 after noon. No one's above the law. Thank you, Clint. Exactly 100. Not all of us are so-called thugs, but yet we get lumped together daily. And cops get good legal representation. Yes, they do. Hardly Young. Yes, they do. Those civil rights attorneys, man, they don't. The people who think that First Amendment auditors are ambulance chasers, they're full of crap. They're full of crap. Do you understand how difficult it is to sue a law enforcement officer in this country for their qualified immunity? It is very difficult thing to do. You got to spend hours and hours trying to find a lawyer. And then on top of that, a lawyer doesn't really want to mess with it because guess what? It could mess their careers up. You know, they're seen going after police. Not a good thing, you know. It'll make your life difficult going after police. I don't watch the news anymore, depressing as hell. I watch the news a lot, but it's good to take a break from time to time. Yes. It's good to take a break and come in here and hash it out. I'll catch stories here and there. If I'm researching a case or topic, then yeah, but I try to stay away from it. Cops get really good legal representation also. They get the type of lawyers that can convince people that when they watch cops beat a guy, that they didn't see it. It's tricky lawyering to prosecute. Yes. Yes. I love it, man. Y'all are making me so hopeful today. Sometimes I come in here and it's just troll. And it's fun for a bit, but it gets old. To see actual critical thinkers coming into my stream during the day, I love it, man. Giving me hope. Chico, how many subs you got on your channel? You don't have to share it if you don't want to, but I'm just curious. And then I want to share a story with you guys about last night's stream. It's pretty cool. If you hear growling in the background, it's not Godzilla. That would be my park pit bull named Rue. Yeah, you hear? Folks should avoid watching the news and start reading the news and multiple written sources to glean one's own opinion, with the talking heads giving their interpretation. That's very Titan. Titan. That's a great comment. I'm going to start because of you're so right, man. Because what they do now is the headline, the headline in a way that's false. They'll word it in a way where you'll think it means something else, just so you'll click on it, and then you click on it, and they pulled a old switcheroo on you. It's really not what they were saying in their title, but they wanted you to click, so they had to put that controversial title up there. So you're absolutely right. Read as many news sources as you can, 100%. And it's sad. I didn't think in 2026 we'd have to be talking about this. But absolutely, we have to get as many sources as you can. Yep, I've seen lawyers walk away from good cases because it was dealing with law enforcement. They basically said, nope. Their exact words, I have to live here and I have to see these officers daily, so it's hard. Oh, I'm a small channel and took a break for a while, but around 1,300. Hey, that's good, man. 1,300 is great, brother. Change of venue. Oh gosh. Chico, you're speaking the truth there, and I don't know if you know my background story, but we had old Wharton, Andre Wharton. Yeah, that Wharton from AC Wharton, the old mayor of Shelby County. Yes. That's who took Liver Cheese's case out there in Arlington and strung me along for a year and told me things were in motion, things were moving. And then when it comes up almost to the end, when it's time where we have to do something or else we don't have the time to do it, the statute of limitations, he hemmed and hawed and said, well, what if they call you an ambulance chaser? And I looked at him and I said, bro, have you not watched any of my videos? Clearly you haven't, because my body of work speaks for itself. Not an ambulance chaser. And the fact that I've had you as an attorney for 8 months and you haven't watched a single one of my videos, and here we are a month away from having to file the case. And then he told me, well, I'm going to, I've got to talk to them about numbers and I'll come back to you. And if we don't take the case, I think you're a good person and we'll find you somebody to take the case. And then he ghosted my ass. Yeah. Andre Wharton, the Wharton Law Firm right here in the city. Civil rights attorneys ghosted Liver Cheese because they were afraid to take on the man. Yes. I like to check multiple news sources, see what each side is saying, U.S. and international. Yeah, North Star, I also go more international sources now, too. I've always loved the BBC. Go ahead, guys. Use it. I've always loved the News Network, BBC. Too early for y'all to be perverts in here, so we're not going to... I'm not going to talk about how I teed that one up for you guys. Know the Wharton family through my grandma. She didn't have nice things to say about them, though. Now, I've never dealt with them directly, but everyone I know who's dealt with them have not said good things. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Isn't it interesting? Here, I thought I had the perfect attorney. I was like, yes, we got a civil rights attorney, and he's a black man, young black man, very well spoken. I went in there the first time I went in there. He told me that that it was reprehensible what they did to me, and he was going to take the case pro bono. So, of course, I left out of there thinking, cool, I ain't got to think about it. I ain't got to do nothing. So I'm back there sitting around just waiting, and people keep texting me and sending me messages. Hey, man, how's your lawsuit going? I don't know. I guess it's being taken care of. I haven't heard anything. No news is good news, right? It's not the case. It's not the case. Nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. And here's the civil rights attorney basically telling me, yeah, I'm afraid of the cops. Sorry. We can't really do that. They're going to call you an ambulance chaser. They're going to attack your character. Attack my character. Attack my character all you want to. My body of work speaks for itself. I only speak truth. North Star, that's the best thing to do. Get both sides on the story before jumping to conclusions. Al Jazeera spelled correctly used to be an interesting source for news, but I can't find it now. I think I've read a couple of articles from them. Mate, my bed is burning here, so must go. All right, Gwen, we appreciate you, brother. Thanks for stopping in from down under, man. It's not always this serious in here, Gwen. I promise you, it's not. You'll come in here, I'll have puppets, I'll have dogs. We're talking about music. We're not always talking about this real stuff. All right, guys, we have fun in here. So I want you to come back in here to one of my night streams. When I'm on a night stream, we're gonna be having a good time. We may still be discussing some of the things from time to time, but we flip it and we respect one another, and we talk about dogs, we talk about life, we talk about whatever you want to talk about. What kind of puppets? Glad you asked, Swaggy. Oh, no, that's not a toy. That's not a toy. That's Cowboy Carl. It's not a toy. It's Cowboy Carl. Okay. Hey, Cowboy Carl. He's right over here. He wants somebody wants to talk to you. I got to shut my door. Who's going in? Who's coming out? All right. Everybody move. Everybody move. Well, hello, everybody. It's me, your buddy Cowboy Carl. Hee-haw. How we doing today? Liver Cheese wanted to take a break. He told me somebody said something about puppets, so here I am. You got any questions for Cowboy Carl today? I'm feeling a little ornery today. Anybody got any questions? Yeah. All right, Cowboy, you got to go away. Yeah. See, I mean, we're look, man. Some people look at me and they're like, "That guy's a lunatic," and sometimes I am a lunatic. Sometimes I am, but I'm creative. Okay, I feel like I want to entertain you guys all the time. If that means puppets come on board, that's cool. If that means it's music trivia, if that means it's me I feed the dogs out here. We do the most random things. If that means me taking a THC gummy at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and watching what happens, then we do that too. We also do zoo trips. Speaking on that, get excited because tomorrow between 10 and around 10 a.m., we're going to start the daily rundown where we talk about the day before. And then we're going on a zoo trip. We're going to be at the zoo live streaming from 10 to about noon. I've told a lot of people about this. I want you to be there. I've done it before. We have many zoo videos up. If you've never been on a trip to the zoo with Liver Cheese, please try to at least catch a little bit of it because you might have some fun. You might have some real fun. All right. And we do protest and we do, whatever. Audits. Sometimes there's a video I want to make where I sneak food into the movie theater under my hat. I've tried to make that video before and it didn't work, but I have a vision in my mind. We were talking about it last night. All right, here we go. What are we doing? Zoos are usually a good time. Yeah, they are. You love the porpet. You love the puppet needs a horse. If he didn't watch your videos, how could he make an argument? Maybe he just thought he could plug your name into a previous case. Ward. Hardly. I don't know. I don't know. And I thought the follow up. Here's the thing. When we finally had a follow up on the case, I hadn't heard from him in months and months and months. And finally, we got him on a video call. It was me, my wife, who was in New York City at the time, and Andre Wharton. We sat on a video call. And to hear him say, well, what if they say you're an ambulance chaser? It blew my mind. It literally blew my mind because immediately, and then he told me he had not watched the video. I think he told me that. But I'm sitting there like, man, what the hell are you doing? You know, how are you? It's just amazing to me, man, that these guys, the way he did that. Yeah, it's sad. All right. But we're going to get away from that. Like the puppet needs a horse. Zoos are usually a good time. It's called a headband. Oh, is that what it's called? A headband? That's what this is called? A headband? As long as it keeps all this hair out of my eyes. Isn't that right, Cowboy Carl? No, guys, it can be a strange channel. But let's talk about last night. Let's talk about last night real quick. You're what we call in Dutch, pretting just due to pretty disturbed. Thank you, man. Thank you. You think I'm pretty disturbed? Thank you. I appreciate that. I take that as a compliment. I don't know you, but I take that as a compliment. Last night, if any of you were on the stream last night, and I don't think any of you were because I don't see any mods in here, but we had a pretty interesting stream going last night. And I had taken a THC gummy earlier, just a quarter of one. I was barely buzzing, to be honest with you. And I was getting ready to wrap the stream up. I'd been going for about 2 hours. And then all of a sudden, something interesting happened. Well, I looked up and we had like 40 or 50 viewers just pop in out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And all of a sudden, my comments were going crazy. I was getting super chats left and right. And I'm like, what is happening? And I look and I see that it was Baba Booey, Stuttering John. I don't know how. I don't know if he has a podcast or what, or if he did it from his radio show or what they were doing, but he sent over a bunch of his people, a bunch of his subs over to my channel. And they advertised something they had coming out on Monday, a video. And they talked to me for a minute and they threw a bunch of money my way. It wasn't a bunch of money, but it was, when you got 5 or 6 people, 7 people throwing up $5, $2 chats, you appreciate it. So I talked a little bit about Howard Stern, meant everything that I said about it. And I have no idea if it'll get back to him. Love Howard, love Baba Booey, love the show, have always watched the show. Haven't watched it in a few years, but yeah, that happened last night. It was kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I'd like to see things like that happen again, where somebody sends a bunch of their viewers over my way and I'm not ready for it. It was interesting. So Baba Booey, love you. Hi, love. What's up, JMO Dolphin? JMO Dolphin? All right, guys, you got any questions for me or anything? Anything you want to do today? Is there anything in particular, anything stupid you want to see me do? Do you want to play some trivia? Do you want to ask some questions? Do you want to talk about things? Or do you just want to, I don't know, we can do whatever. We can go on a walk. If y'all want to go on a walk, we can always do that. If anybody wants to go on a walk, let me know. We don't have to. And what else is going on? Yeah, great game last night. I can't wait for the one tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to the zoo tomorrow. Can't wait to see Donkey Face. Can't wait to see my donkey face. Another funny thing that happened last night, I found this one kind of interesting. A guy later in the night, he popped up, and I was doing something really strange. I think I was singing lyrics. Somebody had put lyrics up on the screen. And if you don't know my channel, then you don't understand that if you throw lyrics up on the screen, I'm going to attempt to sing them. Or if you throw a song title, I'm going to attempt to sing that. We could be in the most serious conversation you've ever seen in your life, and you throw up there Friends in Low Places or something, and I'm going to start singing Friends in Low Places. So this guy came into my channel last night, and he was wondering what the heck's going on in here. And I kind of explained to him. I was singing, and then I brought a puppet out, and I talked to him a little bit and tried to tell him what our channel was about. And he said, well, I subbed. I was like, cool. I wake up this morning, and I have one less sub. I usually don't notice just one less sub, but he commented on one of my short videos that I'd put up. So he got done with the stream, and he went and he saw the short video where I was talking about Trump and the freedom of speech zone. It was a highly viewed video where I flipped off the camera and said, you can't tell me that I can't say F Trump right here, but I can say it right here. That's not the way the Constitution works. And that's not the way First Amendment works. So he saw that 1 minute video, and that was enough for him to say, hey man, I just subbed to your channel tonight. I thought you were cool. And I come in and I see this short, and I had to unsub. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, that is so pathetic. That is so pathetic. That somebody that we were actually broing out about stuff, and then he finds out that I'm a very staunch advocate for First Amendment rights, and he didn't like it. He wanted First Amendment rights for him, but not for me. So I'm kind of glad that he unsubbed on the channel, because we don't need those kind of people. We need open-minded, honest, kind people. And he was not one of those. It was a bridge too far that I dare say it said something about Trump. Well, I don't know what to tell you except cry away. You know, in this country, we have people with different opinions. That's the way a society works. If you don't want to live in a society, then I would suggest you form your own little cult and you move away with all your own perfect little beings and perfect little, your perfect little white people, and you have your little KKK cult over there, okay? I don't want to be any part of that. I only want people around me who love other humans, who judge each person individually. That's what we want here. So to that guy, sorry, man, you missed out on a good time. Bro could mean bend right over. You don't want a flake like that to be around. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Preach it, brother. You don't want to fight like that around. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're right, guys. It wouldn't have bothered me because I lose subs and I gain subs every day. And that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. I would rather just gain subs. But what we talk about, you know, I get that. Some people aren't going to get it. Some people don't want to get it. I can't say, no, you're going to listen to me. No, that's not the way it works. If they don't want to be a part of it, then they don't have to be a part of it. Simple as that. I have court tomorrow. Uh-oh, hold on. But that's what they want, and unfortunately, people are falling for the okie dokie. Listen, I don't identify as either side for my own personal reasons, but what our government is doing is dangerous. Excellent. Excellent. I actually, guys, I find people who are independent politically, I find them to be much more interesting to me. You know what I mean? The people who have voted both sides, because it tells me that they're critical thinkers. The people who, you know, oh, well, my dad voted Republican, my granddad voted Republican, everybody voted Republican, so I'm just going to vote Republican. And on the other side, same thing. My dad voted blue, my mom voted blue, I'm just going to vote blue. Hey, it's an air conditioner, you dipshit. It comes on every day. What are you barking at the air conditioner for? My goodness. I have court tomorrow, so I'm not on anymore after that. Take care. Good luck. I've enjoyed your channel. North Star, what does that mean, man? You ain't going nowhere. Wait a minute, North Star. Wait a minute. 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 Nope. Nope. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. In my opinion, the first thing we need to do is get rid of the Citizens United decision with binding legislation. Yes, that needs to go away. That needs to go away. And we also need to immediately start taxing churches. Churches in our country, I have no idea why they haven't lost their tax exempt status. It's got to be gone. It's got to be gone. You have a tax exempt status with the understanding that you're not involved with politics. Once you become involved with politics, you lose your tax exempt status. So why are we not out here screaming about that? Churches paying taxes. What's up, Gray? Not a Gray. All right, I got to talk to I can't get distracted. North Star Alpha. I got to talk to North Star Alpha. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me. You got court tomorrow and you're acting like you're going to be going away. I don't want to hear that shit, man. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You don't have to discuss details. And maybe you've talked about it before. I think maybe you have. What are you touching me with your nose for? I don't want none of you. You want to hit on the vape? North Star. Probation violation, public intoxication. And you think you're going away for that? You got a good attorney? 100% the church is clearly pushing political agenda that needs to pay out for those in back taxes. Thank you, Not a Gray. We have so many good people in here. It's hard for me. I want to star every comment. Churches definitely need to lose that tax exemption. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. North Star, listen to me, brother. Public violation or probation violation, public intoxication. All right, North Star. Well, man, I mean, do you know something? Are they telling you that you're going to be going away, or are you just nervous that you might be going away for a bit? I need to know. I need to know. Southern California. What's up, Harley Young in Southern California? Judge said possibly a year. We will see tomorrow. What did your attorney say? Do you have an attorney? Do you have an attorney, North Star? Not that I'm going to brag on attorneys, because... All right. All right, we're talking North Star. Come on, North Star. We're going for a walk. All right, guys, I'm going to shut the camera down for a minute, but I'm still on here, so don't go anywhere. You still here? Y'all still here? Okay. Give me 1 second. We're going for a walk. Just don't want you to see the rest of my backyard, okay? If you don't like it, lump it. My backyard is not presentable right now, but I feel like I want to talk to North Star. I feel like I want to talk to North Star for a couple of reasons. And I want you guys here too to talk to North Star. All right, we're going to walk. As soon as I get out of my backyard and we get out to a regular area that I can turn the camera on, I will. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Okay, here's my ugly ass. All right, North Star, I want to talk to you, brother. All I want to ask you, North Star, well, violation in jail before. So I don't. I would feel. I know how I would feel if I was in that situation. Or I think I know how I would feel. I've never been in facing any time like that. But I can't imagine that you're not stressed out right now. And we're not going to be having that. You're a Gen Expresser. And we're going to give you some words of encouragement. And we're going to let you know how much we love you. And we're going to let you know that even if it happens, that everything's going to be all right, brother. I mean, I don't know how it works, but I think that if you got a year, maybe you serve what? Well, I don't know what kind of percentage of time you have to serve. Maybe you serve 6 months of it. And if you're, good, maybe they let you out. I know that you can be released early sometimes. At least I think you can. So, I don't know, that bothers me, North Star. That bothers me. You can see it does, because I had to get up and walk. When I'm walking, I'm thinking. And I don't like that. I don't like to think about anybody going to jail for a bit. Come over here to my spot. We got a little hidden spot over here that I like to sit down and talk. All right, here we are. We're at the hidden spot. All right, let's talk about it. Do I look scary? Yes, I look scary. But that's normal. That's par for the course. My hair's all over the place. All right, I'm going to read some of these comments. Thank you. I don't know much about U.S. law, but hope the best for you, North Star. At the very least, North Star, you're worried about court. And you stop breaking the law. Best cure for jail. Not sure. Come on, man. Come on with that, man. Shit happens, bro. Not sure. You ain't perfect. None of us are. No perfect human beings. Things happen, man. You don't know North Star's situation. It's kind of rude. Kind of rude. I love you still, though. But I expect more. I expect more from you. Think you can take a bullet, as it's called, and serve half? Either way, my guy, you're going to come out A-okay. A-okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I wanted, guys. Just have a little empathy and try to put yourself in someone else's shoes. What I did immediately is put myself into North Star Alpha shoes and thought about how scared and anxious I would be the day before I go to court. I want to be here for you to let you know that, yeah, you're going to get through this, brother. Such is life. You're going to come across these situations that are going to be tough, but you just got to, you're a better person. I believe that. But I also want to give you hope that you're not going to get sentenced to a year. North Star, now I need to know what time tomorrow. I need to know all that, man. I need to know all those things. You need to let me know what time that you're going into court tomorrow so I can send positive thoughts and vibes your way. And we can also get other members to think about you at that time too. And you never know, maybe something magical could happen. So let me know what time. It works, try it. Not sure, stop it, bro. So you think that North Star, you think that whatever happened in his situation, that he and there's alcohol involved. You know, if there's alcohol involved, alcohol does that to you, man. It makes you do dumb shit. So, I mean, just cut him a little slack, bro. I don't think he intended to go out and commit a crime. That's where it's where we got to get back to humanity. Ooh, I just saw a big ass bee on me. The fact that you're worried about court means you know the date and you're worried about the consequences. That's half the battle. Some people would be getting wasted and miss court. Yes. Very good point. He's going in and he's going to get it taken care of. He's going to get it taken care of. And quite honestly, if the worst happens, I'll send you books, my guy. Look at that. Not a gray. Good stuff, man. 2 p.m. Okay, 2 p.m. Locked it in. Missing court is typical, but not for you, North Star. You're facing your day. I don't wish jail or prison on my worst enemy until you've been there. You think twice about your words. Exactly. There we go again, Chico. You know, it's people not being able to put themselves into other people's shoes. It's people not willing to do that. God, what does my hair look like right now? Geez, look at that. It's like I'm going bald. Take this damn headband off. Let my locks flow free. Yeah, not sure. Give him a word of advice, brother. Give him something nice. Can we do that? Not sure. Just one nice thing. Just say one nice thing to North Star Alpha. You know, find it in your heart to find something positive to say today. Sounds like a song. Find it in your heart to say something positive today. Wait. No. Have it in your heart to find a way to say something positive today. It's bare bones. We can work with it though. North Star Alpha, you got this, brother. You got it. Going in there, be confident, and know that it's only time, brother. It's only time. You're gonna get out of there. read you some books, try to better yourself while you're in there, meet some friends. Y'all want to go see the geese? Let's go check out the geese. They're going to run away. Oh. What's up, guys? How we doing today? Y'all doing okay? You don't have to run off. Check it out. Look at your kids have grown up. These look at the teenagers, guys. These kids right here, you see, they're the ones with the gray top instead of the black top. Those are teenagers. Those guys, they're not that old. Look how quickly they grew. Wow. Okay, there. Look at this, guys. I've never had that happen before. I've never walked that close to a group of geese like that and not have them walk away from me scared. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. All right, I'm gonna get back to my backyard. Went for a walk. Needed to think about some things, and we're gonna go back and we're gonna sit down. North Star, if you want to talk any more about what's going on tomorrow, you're welcome to, but you don't have to also, brother. If you want to take your mind off that stuff and you just want to, you know, talk about life or talk about music or talk about love or talk about whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. We don't have to make you the subject of today's stream unless you want it. If you want words of encouragement, we'll continue to do so. But I got a feeling you're going to be all right. I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera down for 1 second. And I'll be right back. All right. Y'all can still hear me, right? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me